unfortunately you've done what's been asked of you. Right, so just that's on. So this is going to be documented, all right? So that's the police complaint. That's going to be. So if I pass you that first, and then anything else, and you can have a little read through that one. Yeah. There's not a lot. There's about 4 pages, but it's like I said, it's relevant to where we're up to now.
All this lot here is.
Yeah, it is. And I've also got a memory stick as well. You know, you handed it to Sergeant Hill 418, wasn't it? Back in, well, about 3 months ago now. Evidence was handed in on the 7th of the 9th, 23, when you handed it in for about 2 or 3 days after. So what I'm going to do is just read this out first of all, because what's happened is the fact that I'm being harassed by a group of people, and I've not had any correspondence, no phone call, even though I've phoned up the 101. I was here on Friday, because you closed on a Friday, spoke to a constable then, explaining about Sergeant Hill, I think who's Chorley Police Station, I think it's based there, I'm not 100% sure, 418, is not in contact with me in over 2 months with anything, and they're supposed to, when there's a live investigation, supposed to phone you at least once a month, and I've had nothing. I don't know who it's been passed to. So I'm going to read this out first of all. It says, you know, if you've been stalking, I know I'm like that as well, I can't concentrate with it. So this is, I'm just going to read this out because this is for me, and for other people that are being stalked or harassed need to know. So it says, if you're being harassed, if you're being harassed, it says document everything. So this is just like 3 steps. So document. It says keep a copy of all instances of online stalking, which I have done. All right, documented and are on memory stick. So if I'm going to pass you that as well, so you can pop that in an envelope. That's an updated account. All right, there's a lot more, but that's an updated account of Nick Danby, who's the one I'm talking about. Just said keep a copy of all instances of online stalking. Either take a screenshot or print the pages, which I've done. Try to capture the messages as well as the profile pages, including all users' names. Again, I've done that. The abuse who is coming from. And this will be useful evidence in investigation. Susie Lamplon Trust log tool may help in collecting evidence, which I'm getting in contact with now. If you suspect that an account or a device has been hacked, again, right at the beginning, this was back in 2022, I went to Chorley Police and explained to them that one of my videos off a closed site on YouTube had been hacked, but they didn't do anything about it. Hacked on the malicious software, get specialist help to safely capture the evidence before removing it, and contact the cyber helpline or national stalking helpline. And again, the police should have done this because they've got the facilities to do that. You know, you do it with terrorists and all other sort of people. So, you know, we shouldn't have to do that. As being a victim, it should be the police doing it. It says expert help. Can experts help from a specialist stalking charity, such as the National Stalking Helpline, to assist you with the advice, support, and robust risk and safety management? The cyber helpline can help with the expert advice in cyber security and can assist you with assessing the IT capability of the stalker, which is Nick Danby. I want to make sure that we keep getting his name in, because he seems to be untouchable at the moment. Report it to the police. Report stalking behaviour to the police as soon as they start. You can do this directly using 101, which I have done. And if you feel there is any immediate threat to your personal safety, dial 999. So that's the position that I'm in now, and that's what I've covered all those. I'm just showing that I'm aware of that, and I've covered all those bases, and I'll be getting in contact. The reason I do the video is I can then pass it on to these professionals and say, right, this is where we are now. And I'll stress again, Leyland Police have been fantastic. It's Chorley Police that I've got the issues with, and their inspectors. So this is, I just need to read this out because this is how I know what they are doing is a crime, and I have been prosecuted for this crime, even though I'm now bringing a private prosecution against Matt Hancock, and I think I've mentioned this before. So Lancashire Police are perverting the course of justice, involving Crown Prosecution Services, CPS and judges, and I've got evidence of that, where I've been, faced unjust decisions by all 3 of them, and with evidence. It says, my name is Geza Toriani of North Ixtabode, and I would like to record evidence of Lancashire Police, including both Blackpool and Chorley police stations, are perverting the course of justice and directly responsible for protecting both persons who wish to harm and ill will of officers who have aided their threats and physical attacks. I would like to remind them of the police advisory notice that used to be printed on the back of the arrest charge sheets handed to people when they've been released from custody. And I don't know if you know about that, but I'll just carry on. The first two are relevant. Immediate intimidation of witnesses, jurors and others, maximum of 5 years in prison. Harassment, maximum of 2 years in prison. Now those first two are on the back of the charge sheets when you get released from court, and it's like to scare people off, especially protesters, to say, oh God, you could be serving 5 years in prison. Alright, but it's this last one that's relevant. It says, but it is the third one that I believe is the present threat to those who protest against a threat imposed by a criminal government on the rights of lawful citizens to freedoms to question and oppose any threats to their health and freedoms. Perverting the course of justice, so this was the third one on the sheet. Under common law, it is an offence to conspire, act or embark upon a course of conduct which has a tendency to and intended to pervert the course of public justice. Some of the ways where conduct is capable of amounting to the offence is by making false allegations, blocked by Gazer, perjury, Matt Hancock, concealing offences, obstructing the police, assisting others to evade arrest, failing to prosecute, interfering with witnesses, which again, Chorley police have done when they arrested me, evidence, jurors, and publications of a matter calculated to prejudice a fair trial. Maximum life imprisonment. That's on the police. That's on their actual sheet that they give it to us. Alright? So not something I've made up. So it's a very powerful warning against any criminal intent and would terrify anyone who would lawfully go about protest, and they could fall under any of these offences. So in me challenging a government of and corporation criminality, I've had to face these threats against my good name and liberty, while those who are working against me and set up deliberately sabotage my efforts to face no threat or investigation in any of these offences. For over 7 years, I have been given every opportunity for Lancashire Police to do their duty. It is now time to present the evidence to Andrew Snowden and a well-respected Lancashire Police Commissioner. And I think it's a good one. Alright, so that's what I'm documenting today. I've got one piece of evidence that is off block by Gazer, and it's a guy called Ian Cruden, I-A-I-N, Cruden, C-U-R-U-D-E-N, and I think we'll agree this doesn't sound good for him. He was always on my pages, various pages, and again, online abuse and threats and accusing me of being a paedophile, which is the worst thing. You know what I mean? There's murder, and I think paedophiles is above that, you know what I mean? It's the worst thing you can call anybody. And he's put that as well as other people that's on block by Gazer. Ian Cruden, it says, I've finally been blocked, right? This is on block by Gazer, which I've had no confirmation from Sergeant Hill or any others at Chorley Police that they've actually looked at this page. It's damning for them. It says, it's took me months and months of persistence and calling out, but he finally blocked me yesterday. And he had the cheek to call me a coward. Who do I give my address to? This is talking to Block by Gazer. Who do I give my address to receive my official membership package, and what initiation process are required? Which is a bit creepy, that. Then the third one is this. It says, such a shame. I have a second account to move on to using to taunting. And I think we agree that taunting is pretty damning harassment. Alright, so I'm going to put that's in with that. That goes in with that. I mean, how much evidence do I need to give Chorley Police to, even investigate these people? That was the open letter to Chief Constable of Lancashire. And the important thing is at the back bit, so I'm going to hand you that, and this has already been documented. Alright, that's everything that I handed in on the last time that I was here, so I'll hand that in. That goes in there. That'll be 2 copies of that in there, that's fine.
Have you sent a copy?
Yeah, but I want to put that in there as well, just so that I've handed it over to you today. I'm just documenting today.
You wanted me to forward that?
No, that goes in with there as well. Okay, so just in case it's got lost,
Yeah.
that's backing it up.
Right, I'm with you.
So the question I was asking was, have they looked at block back Gazer? And now it's got to go to inspector because, like I said, the sergeants have completely let me down. Have you looked at block back Gazer? And it's Gayzer. That's on Facebook. Have you looked at my page, Gazer Tariani? So block back, that's Gazer. Block by Gayzer. Yeah. Have you looked at my page? There's two pages. Geza. E-Z-E, mate. G-E. You're alright. E-Z-A. And it's Tariani. T-A-R-J-A-N-Y-I. And the other page is frack free filed. Frack free filed. And I have just blocked Nick Lewis. Who was constantly commenting on that, and it was going on. It was diatribe after diatribe after diatribe. So it's I've just blocked him recently, and I never commented on the page, but you'll see on there again a very damaged individual. So have you interviewed any of the names I have given you, which is Nick Danby, Nick Lewis, George Brown, who lives in Hull, and I believe he's a government agent sent in to sabotage. I've known him for, well, certainly 2013. Richard Short, and Catherine Boyle. Catherine Boyle. I think her real name is Robert Richards. See, I've had no confirmation that any of these things have been done. Like I said, this has been since 2022, February of 2022. So have you looked at Stanley Matthews' YouTube page? This video of his page has been shared by George Brown, Catherine Boyle, Nick Danby and Nick Lewis. But well, all those 5 names. I'll be honest with you, mate, you've done more writing than any of the people I've seen since being in any of the stations. Yeah, well, the thing is, it should be like, when it's in the room there, taking a statement, taking all the evidence, and there's a lot of it. I'm trying to sort of like tailor it so we'll at least get the investigation going. So, have you looked at Stanley Matthews' YouTube page, and have you made any inquiries who Stanley Matthews is? Again, surely police left it to me to find out who he is. Again, I've got no facilities to do that or funds.